Welcome everybody back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the 2021 Donruss football rated rookie quarterbacks to see their values after week 1 of the NFL season. We've got the top 5 draft picks and Trevor, Larwence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones. And I've also included Kyle Trask and Kellen Mond. Just who knows, see what happens. Alright, so let's get right into this and see how the values have started off after the first week of these cards being out on the market, and also 1 week of NFL football. First up, we have Kellen Mond, plays for the Vikings. He had 1 card sold yesterday for $3. He did not play. He was inactive, and he's actually 3rd on the depth chart right now. But he did have 11 card sales over the course of the week, and an average of about $6.49. with a low of $3, which was actually yesterday on Sunday, and actually a high of 15. So $6.49 has been the average. Next up is Kyle Trask. He did not play yesterday either. He's actually 3rd on the depth chart like Kellen Mond. He was inactive, and who knows if he'll get any playing time this year, but you never know. He did have 8 cards sold this last week for $6.19. I believe that was Thursday night when the Bucs played. But his average has been about $6.43 with a high of 10 and a low of 3. Now to the top 5 guys that actually did play. All 5 of these guys did make an appearance in their games. First up was Justin Fields. Again, very weird situation that the Bears put him in last night on Sunday Night Football. He was 2 for 2 for 10 yards. Had no touchdowns, no picks, not sacked. Again, these were quick little passes. Had a rating of 87.5. He did have a rushing touchdown late in the game for 3 yards, which was his highlight. But again, the Bears they don't know what they're doing. So who knows what will happen throughout the rest of the year, but we'll see. I'm sure we'll see Justin Fields sooner than later. He did have 19 cards sold yesterday for $38.09. His average has been about 40. Low of about $24.99 and a high of $77. So yeah, so your target price right now is about $40. So kind of go from there. Next up, we've got Trey Lance. He did also make an appearance yesterday as well. He was 1 for 1 for 5 yards and a touchdown. He had a rating of 127.1. He did end up running the ball 3 times for 2 yards, no touchdowns. He was not sacked, and he also had quite a few card sales yesterday. He had 12 for an average of $28.88, which was 2nd behind Justin Fields. His average has been about $33 or so. He had a low of $13.50 and a high of $66. So that's for Trey Lance, somewhere right around $32. Next up, an actual starter, Zach Wilson for the Jets. The Jets are garbage. He had a rough start, I think, early on in the game. Kind of did much better in the second half. Started to pick it up, but he only completed 54% of his passes. I don't know if it was a lot of his receivers or low passes. It didn't look pretty. His receivers definitely didn't help him out any. He was 20 for 37 for 258, 2 touchdowns and a pick, but he was sacked 6 times. And yeah, that's going to be a going theme unfortunately for Zach Wilson, because the Jets aren't very good. But he did have 9 card sales for about $30 yesterday. Average over the course of the week was $33.35. He did have a low of $17.50 and a high of $56. So if you're looking for Zach Wilson, look somewhere in the low 30s. Next up, the much anticipated Mac Jones. So Mac is actually the highest valued card of these rated rookies at $54.97. He did have a high of 96 at some point over the course of the week with a low of $24.99. The Patriots did lose last night, but he did look pretty good at 29 for 39 for 281 yards. That's almost 75% completion percentage, which is fantastic. Did have 1 touchdown, was only sacked once, had a rating of 102.6. He did not run the ball either, though. And we have finally the number 1 overall pick, Trevor Larwence for the Jaguars. 28 of 51 for 332, 55, just under 55% percentage, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Was sacked once, but the Jags offensive line too is not very good. Surprisingly enough, though, he only ran the ball once for negative 2 yards. I'm actually very surprised they did not run him at least a handful of times just to kind of ease some of the pressure off and let him kind of do his thing. He did have 10 card sales yesterday for $47.39, which is right about the average for the week. He did have a low of $30 at some point and a high of almost $85. So if you're looking for Trevor Lawrence cards, look somewhere around the $45 to $47 range. Is probably what you're going to find. And yeah, we'll see what happens over the course of the next couple weeks with some of these players. All right, so there you go. This was a quick video just to kind of get the values and kind of get the stage set for what the value of these guys are going to be over the course of the next year or this next season, and see what happens over the next several weeks. The values go up or go down. See if you can get a better bargain than what the average has been. And who knows? You never know what these guys are going to do. So there you go. So if you enjoyed the video, like the information, smash the like button. Consider subscribing for the next one for next week. And we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.